That's what we're talking about. Let's go, Charlotte. Come on. About to be here in just a minute. Get ready for it. Yo, yo, yo. Here we go. All right. So, welcome everybody. Greetings, greetings, salutations. Let's get these things going here. So, first off, welcome to some Valorant gameplay. Today we've got week 1 of Valorant coming through for you. We're going to be going up against Norrix Knights. For some reason, it's got the away team listed as Houghton, which is not the case. We're going to get that fixed for you here. Fixed it on one end, didn't fix on the other. Let's go ahead and get that fixed right now. That is a massive logo, so we're gonna shrink that down nice and neat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so looks like we've got about everybody ready to go here. Don't know if we're waiting for the green light or not to get started, but we'll see where the conversation is going between the two teams. All right, looks like they're just checking in for the ready. While they do that, I'm going to open up my night market, because that seems fun. Terrible, 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 pretty good, kind of bad, and the knife results, terrible. Okay, well, feels about right. All right, so let's see. Oh, yeah, they don't have tournament mode on. Yeah, so right now it's got me as a POV of, yeah, we're going to join the Defenders coach. There we go. I was a little worried that they were just going to leave me on third person. I mean, you know, it happens. All right, so for the folks at home, greetings, greetings, welcome. So this is our first official match of the Valorant season. Last week was a preseason, essentially scrimmage, or it does not count in your overall record, but it is still, you know, good indicator for being able to get yourselves set up, ready to go, feeling how your comps that you've been practicing are working. And Charlotte did have a good showing for their preseason. In fact, both years that we've had this going is our preseasons came out as a win on both maps for Charlotte. So that is good news. That's a good omen of the things to come. Now, last year's team made it to playoffs and was eliminated in the round required in order to get to the in-person state tournament. So close for the group and the org, and it was definitely gutting to see it all go home at that point. So the goal here is that we are going to improve upon previous year's record. We are going to see higher than what was a 5-2 record for Charlotte. So we're looking to see that 6-1, or we're looking to see the ability to completely negate needing to do a play-in just auto-qualifying to get to states. Now, what's going to be a little different at states this year is it's going to be a World Cup format. So teams will be based on their divisions. Top number of each division will go into pools, and those pools will compete for top spot. Those top spots will get you one of those final positions in the actual tournament at states, and that's who's competing for a trophy. If you don't make it out of the World Cup rounds, then no bueno. All right, let's see. How's the weather? It's trash. So hot for no reason. So hot. 76 degrees outside. Glad to see the Sharp family in the chat too. Always love to see you guys. We've been on a long road here for Valorant and beyond, but glad to see you here for our young friend, Mr. Sharp. Target is going to be the man, the myth that we're talking about. Okay, yeah, chat's getting weird here. Somehow, I understand why MiHSEF determines that we should probably not have chat conversations between schools. For some reason, kids just kind of get weird. That's just an unfortunate reality of if you're a teacher or you work with kids in some capacity or you have kids. Sometimes kids are just kind of, they're very interesting. They keep you on your toes. But it looks like both teams are going to be ready here, so we should be getting into map 1 of Bind here at any given moment. And as I say that, there we go. We're getting in. All right, so what we're going to be seeing from Charlotte here is a little bit different of a composition. This is one that's built by Mr. Rad. The goal and intent of this is utilizing the map more fully through more mobility and more ability to swarm the opponent. So you will notice, those who follow Valorant, there is something missing from this composition, but that is intended design. It is not a fluke. It is not a whoopsie-doo. It is an intended strategy. So we're going to see how it plays out. Should be able to pan out pretty well here. Getting to see the rationale behind it, getting to be in those behind-the-scenes conversations of what's going to be going on for the team. Good things. Good things are coming. So, right now we've just got this screen because we are waiting while folks pick their agents. All right, let's see. All right, so yes, you can see compared to our side of the screen versus theirs, the one thing that is missing from our comp is a Sentinel. Sentinels are missing here. We are not going to be having a Sentinel on Bind, at least not today. Could be something that gets decided on in the future, keep people on their toes, but for today, no Sentinel. We appreciate that, Ms. Sharp. We are also very proud of our team and what it is that they're here to do. We're going to be trying to flip through the POVs as best we can just for the sake of making sure that we get different people with different screen time. I have tabbed out here for the sake of adjusting audio a little bit. So no worries. We have not lost control of the wheel just yet. All right, so first thing we're going to see here is just an initial 5v5 pistol round. This is kind of sets the early tone of the game for who's going to have a little bit of an advantage going in here. So to start off, nothing crazy happening. We do get some audio intel, and as soon as I say that, Red Ninja reacts to that audio intel that they are playing B-site hookah currently, but it's not a guarantee that all 5 are here. This is merely, we have seen a few different pieces of util, so now the call is going to be to swarm this because now they know, all right, people have committed, and Red Ninja is going to hit 3. I'm glad we're watching his POV. Gets taken out, but it's going to get immediately traded out by Target, and the rest of them are just going to swarm the enemy KO as a quick, convincing round 1, pistol round 1. So now what we're going to see is Charlotte should be, forcing this, buying in, using their earned credits. Norrix has to make a choice here. Usually the wise choice is just going to be save that money, realize that you're going to have to wait for 3rd round to get some credits here and have a shot. Doesn't mean you can't do it on round 2, but odds are not in your favor as Charlotte is buying up loads of utility and weapons now. So they have more tools on their side than this last round, and this last round looked pretty good for Charlotte. So you see Royce here taking a peek out. That gets a nice headshot. Make that 2 shots. That's a body, but it's going to do the job anyway. Checks out the bird for the 3rd one, so he knows there's a 3rd playing this wall. Doesn't get the connection there, but the damage is done. So now we know we're a 3rd, and there's only 2 remaining. You can see here already on the B site, they're going to play a little further back just to ensure that they have the ability to quickly rotate. Nice pickup from Dr. Awesome Sauce. Sees the last 2 in the back there, and now the call is going to be for the B site players. They're going to actually play through Hookah. You're going to see them go through on a rotate pinch because they might have an opportunity if this player tries to rotate out. Ninja, yep, going to get the perfect read on it, and that is going to be a nice, flawless round 2 for Charlotte. Again, somewhat expected there, as Norrix has no money to use. They've got no buy in that situation. Now what we're going to see is Norrix is sitting on money. They should be able to buy full weapons here. Charlotte will be the one at the disadvantage on guns. However, Charlotte is looking crisp and clean with that aim. So this might be, if Norrix doesn't win this round right here and cause Charlotte to drop some of these weapons and have to do a full purchase next round, we're probably looking at a quick 4-0 or even 5-0 in favor of Charlotte before there's any potential for some real trouble. So same thing coming out here. No intel for Royce. So now we're going to play the game of listening for some audio. We are going to get some audio out here quickly. Dr. Awesome Sauce is going to get tethered here in lamps. So now we can see the util cutting up the site. So the plane is going to be able to come down. However, Cameroni gonna look for it, isn't able to get it, but one bullet is able to get the trade up. Does blind himself there, a little bit unfortunate, and that's gonna cost Dr. Awesome Sauce's life. Now we're looking at a 4v3 situation. Plant is gonna be going down on A site. And one bullet is, they are aware of him here. They are aware of this shower play. They've smoked off the 2 that are rotating in late here. So this is gonna be a pretty good read from Norrix. They are able to get the pickup here as well. Target gets a nice trade on that. It's now going to be up to Target here. On a 1v3 clutch situation here, it is not impossible. If you wanted somebody to be clutching, this is the guy to do it. But it's not going to work out. They get a nice 1-2 swing right there on him. Not a lot of options in his favor. And that is indeed, as we said, a needed win for that round for Norrix. So now, for this round, Charlotte does have one thing going in their favor. Charlotte can fully buy. If you look at the purchase of Norrix and their purchase power, one of their players is not going to have enough to buy. 4 of them should be fine. 1 will not. So this is going to be slightly Charlotte favored. It is also decent defensive map, so there is some favoring to Charlotte in that regards. But Bind is a small map. It's easy to attack it, especially attacking onto that A site. So you're going to see favoring going to A site more often than not. Royce is going to be sneaking up here a little bit. There's going to be a pick-off. They're coming through Hookah here. So that's going to be, Target has to back off, and here comes Ripley, who's going to be having to try and work with him here. Plant is going to go down. And now we're in a situation. We've got the TP in through the back, so they know that Hookah's going to be played here. They've got the awareness that one's there, and all 3 are able to look at that. They know one's playing inside, but they do not anticipate the one off to the right. Sharp not able to connect his shots here. Oh, and the util out for Red Ninja is going to be unfortunate. A 4-piece for Jethro on the deadlock. A well-played round for Norrix. So that is going to bring us to a 2-2 situation here. Norrix has got some good money. Charlotte is going to have to make a decision of what they're doing here. Looks like they're buying for next round. So you can see the credits on the right side next to the green names. As long as they've got around that 1,600 mark, next round they should be able to buy. So you can see them kind of figuring out what's our purchase power going to look like, what are we going to work with. I can say the one thing working in Charlotte's favor as well is if you look at Eagle Candy and Wolves Gaming, their eco is definitely struggling a little bit here. And so that could hurt them in the long run. Have to wait and see. So we do get the eye out as intel on the A site. The wall's going to come up. Another eye comes out, so we know they're pushing in on A. One bolt's going to go deep here into shower. We're going to take a view from Cameron, our freshman prodigy here. Sees the one up on box, is not able to get the connection. The Vandal is going to just wipe him out. Dr. Awesome Sauce is going to be in a rough position here. We're probably going to see the loss of Dr. Awesome Sauce in about 3, 2, Yep. All right, so target is cut off here at this point. This is a nice wall. It denies him the access. He's going to have to give himself away by firing on this, and Royce is going to be playing through the back line. Red Ninja's in a bit of a pinch situation. One bolt's going to go down, and now it's going to be a 1v5. Is not able to get the read on the first player of contact, and that is going to be a 3 rounds in a row for Norrix. So this will be a full purchase from both teams. If this one does not go in Charlotte's favor, probably expect to see a timeout in the next 1 to 2 rounds from Charlotte, most likely. If this one goes in favor of Charlotte, it is going to be a long, arduous game. That's what we're here for. But if it does not go their way, coach is not going to want to let this get out of hand, and he's going to have the read and sense on this that you don't want to give them that shot at a bit of a runaway here. So we got 2 playing deep into showers here, one trying to play contact off the other. Just going to see if they can get any intel out of this. Clearing the cross angle here is nice. They're getting a little deep in here as well. They're buying a lot of space, though. And we see here now, they are going to be coming the other way through A site. So it's going to be Cameron here, left to his own devices. Does not get picked up on that. Does not get picked up on the blind. They are aware that he's playing lamps, though. This is going to be hot and heavy pressure for him. Dr. Awesome Sauce gets a nice first pickup here. Camerooni probably going to be looking at getting pushed here. They know there's 2 to the right here. Now the question is, can they swing this? Nice playthrough. And Awesome Sauce is going to pick up the last one there. Didn't want to switch off of him just in case he was going to play through that. Looked like he was getting ready to. His teammates take care of that. But another freshman trying to make a name for himself here. Looking sharp. Love that gun skin too. Marvelous. All right, so that's exactly what Charlotte needed. And so now when we look at the money, it's still good on the favor of Norrix. Charlotte is going to be able to work around here, get some guns in hands. One bullet has been hitting like crazy with the Marshall, so they're going to get him the Outlaw. This is going to be a slightly deadlier version of the Marshall. So I would not count him out just because he does not have a Phantom or Vandal. That boy is hitting his shots, to say the least. So it goes for the initial intel here.
Someone's there.
We do get some intel that there's going to be someone B. So far, Norrix has been playing a lot of 5 stacking. Not a lot of split pushes. He does not get picked up on that haunt, and that's going to be big. Dog is going to come through and reveal one in hookah. This Dizzy is going to reveal that one is playing elbow here, and they are aware of it. They try to thrash him off. Camerooni goes down. Target's going to have to play back here. Plant is going to start coming through.
Spike planted.
Thinking about using the thrash, has decided against it for the time. Gets a quick visual, Red Ninja. It's going to be a trade-in. Does not get his rocket off in time. That's going to be unfortunate. Target is going to get zoned out here, and now it's up to 1 bullet. And they're just going to swing him on a 1-2. That's a nice initiation and play from Norrix.
We're here because we're the best. Don't any of you...
So one of the things that you can take away from that situation there is the early site pressure and giving up a lot of space on B early is one of the things that's kind of costing the B pushes there a bit. By the time they get on site and are planting, they've gotten a lot of utility out. They've gotten a man advantage. They know the rotates that are coming in from B. B is a hard one to retake, so it's not necessarily the easiest one to take, but once you've got it, it is so hard to take it on the attack side, and that's part of why this composition has people playing through the back line so much. You'll see 1 or 2 frequently going through the back line. So looks like this is going to, again, be a situation where this is a B push. We're going to watch from Red Ninja's POV here. He knows a lot are playing out. Going to have to be careful here. Gets a nice pickup, has 2 bullets left, gets another pickup with it, and he's going to get away with his life. Oh, I jinxed him. That's a caster's curse. That is my bad. But it is a 3v2 situation here. Target on the Ghost. Not a lot to work with here. Is going to be able to be a Spectre here for Cameron. 1v3. They know he has to play through elbow here. Probably expect a 1-2 watching for him. They're going to knife him as well, so he has no util, and they confirm his presence. Go for the blind, and gets the nice pickup. Hey, appreciate you, Mr. Sheline, being in here, cheering on the Orioles. We love to see it. I think we got a good game on our hands here. This is going to be tough fighting. It's going to come down to creative plays, some tight moments of hitting those shots. But it wouldn't be fun Valorant if we just saw 13 zeros, you know? We don't want to see that. The kids want to see a 13-0. We've promised them McDonald's. But my wallet doesn't want to see that. All right, aggressive play here for Dr. Awesome Sauce. Just to clear this out real quick. Going to start looking at a quick lurk. Looking for some intel. Right now it's pretty quiet, though. There's a bit slower of play from Norrix. We do get the first piece of intel. They are playing down B long. Target is going to get dinked up here about half his life for that peek. And he's going to know that the fade is playing through short. Does get picked up in hookah. Red Ninja fighting for his life here against all this util. Shots are not connecting, unfortunately. Camerooni, they're going to hear him back here. Plant is coming down. And Charlotte's a little split up here. They're going to have a 3-point assault. First point of contact is not going to work out in favor of Charlotte. So now Dr. Awesome Sauce is in a bit of a situation where he's in a losing fight. They know where he has to play from. They've eliminated all their possibilities. This is going to confirm whether or not somebody's playing to his left, so he doesn't have to clear it. But in the end, it's a tough fight to take a 1v3. I anticipate there's probably going to be a timeout in 1 or 2 rounds. And as I say that, there it comes. Perfect timing. So, coach is going to be having kids take their headsets off. They're going to be talking through some of the problem situations here. Might see a little change up of who's playing which site. So far, Charlotte is playing pretty standard default for setup and getting intel. But what you'll notice is a lot of the intel they're throwing out, Norrix is starting to anticipate it. So we see the bird through shower every round. We see the dizzy up through B long every round about the same time. So what Norrix is doing here is they're starting to learn the timing of what Charlotte wants to do, and they're going to slow things down or speed it up to throw them off their rhythm. And rhythm is a big factor when it comes to these games. If you play at a certain pace and somebody speeds up this pace or slows it down, your rhythm's going to be off. It's not going to feel like it's lining up with theirs. It's going to feel a little more discombobulated, where they are going to seem like they're more locked in and tight. It's just a matter of getting the tempo back in Charlotte's hands, and then once they've got it, they control the speed at which things go, and that's going to throw Norrix off. And same thing goes for defense versus offense. Offense kind of chooses the tempo, so if you're struggling to tempo match, you might have a better time on attack.
Time to show up.
We'd like to see at least one more round out for Charlotte in this half. The more the merrier. Now, you can see already this is a different play. And this is what we were talking about. Coach is going to be saying, we're predictable right now. We need to be doing something a little different. So we still get the eye through B long. Awesome Sauce is going to make noise here. Cameron's going to hold someone off here with a Viper's snake bite. And now you can see there's a quicker rotate from the team. You've got a 5-man playing this. Guaranteed coach is called out. Every time that they push a site, they push all 5. They don't fake, and they don't back off. So now we're going to hear the quick TP, and you'll notice Target has still been playing this. He's in a bit of a tough situation. Probably going to get pushed through lamps here. Probably pays his life for this. But while he's doing that, his team is getting intel from One Bullet. Red Ninja's going to get in a nice spot, and One Bullet's going to get a nice couple hits here, and the follow-up is going to be there from Red Ninja. And now they're able to flood sight, and they know the last one is in showers. They can start the defuse in reality, and Red Ninja's going to get a nice right-click on it. That is the kind of play that you need to see. That is the recovery you need to see from Charlotte. They did exactly what we talked about here. They realized they're too predictable right now. They played it different. They sped up the tempo. They denied the 5-man push. They changed up who's playing which site, which affected their ability to push site. They knew they could push site through the heroes playing B, or the agents playing B. Now that they knew the agents were different, it threw them off. They weren't able to just flood the site. They had to go for the TP. Charlotte anticipated that might happen. Beautiful play from Charlotte. So now
Let's make some
they need to make it happen twice in a row. Because if Norrix now reads this play, it earns you a round, which is good, but it doesn't change the overall tempo of the game. So we're going to be watching here for Red Ninja and Awesome Sauce. They know Red Ninja's to the left. Do they read Awesome Sauce to the right? They don't even... He gets 2 anyway, and they knew he was coming, and now... Ooh, Crazy Deadman reads the TP. It's going to be a little pear-shaped here for Charlotte. So we know where 2 of them are. One is on B long, and one is playing hookah here. Question is, who's going to get first contact? They hear a reload.
bomb buddy out.
He's going to swing out with the bomb buddy here. Clearing his angles. Gets a visual on one. Loses the fight there. Dr. Awesome Sauce goes down. Takes a little aggressive of a fight, and we hear the TP going to A. Bomb is probably going A site. You can see Camerooni rotating quickly. Red Ninja is not convinced, though. He's still going to be holding hookah, just in case the TP was the person not holding bomb. Knife's going to come through. Bomb is confirmed now on A, and so we're going to see a quick hustle out from Red Ninja. They know one is playing back of A. They're going to push this out together. 3, 2, 1 comes through.
One enemy remains.
A nice read by Red Ninja.
Last
And he
player
gets the
standing.
pickup through the smoke. A nice 4-piece. Looking for that bomb. Beautiful. That's what Charlotte needed. That focus is exactly what we're talking about, Aaron. They were losing themselves a little bit in the sauce, but the tempo shift is working. A little bit of a unfortunate play on the push through from A site, through the teleporter, the deadlock of the other team, who's absolutely frying for Norrix. Got the read on that, knew that they were going to try and choke them, and so he read it. He got the 2 pickups, but Charlotte's still able to close it out in the end in a nice 2v2 format. All right, so this time we are seeing 3rd round in a row of playing the hookah this way with two in. Now we're committing the sky on B long. We get some intel that there's people on A long. We're going to mosh them away, deny that. Doesn't get picked up on the I. So again, Charlotte is now planting the ult of Viper on A site. They are looking to take away the option of A, and if they go for A, it's going to cost them dearly. Looks like they might still be going for the A play here. But again, it's going to be risky. The big thing is Charlotte cannot lose this Viper. The people playing inside need to make sure the Viper stays up.
Spike down A.
Viper does get red here. This is going to be dangerous.
Careful. Careful.
Going to swing out. Gets a nice pickup, and that's going to be the spike down. And Viper is still up here, very importantly. So the Omen has very little chance of making this play work. They know he's playing from showers as well. And a nice spray. Beautiful.
Switching sides.
And that is going to make a 6-6 half. That is great for Charlotte on the defensive side. They brought it back. There was a bit of a runaway from Norrix. 6 out of 7 rounds in a row. But Charlotte bookends that with a nice handful of wins. And now momentum's probably feeling a little bit in Charlotte's favor. They're feeling confident. This is going to be the big moment. If they win the second pistol, I don't know if anybody follows the stats of Valorant. When you look at the pro scene, when you look at custom lobbies, when you look at ranked, if a team wins both pistol rounds, the average win rate of the map is over 70%, which is enormous. That is a massive odds in your favor moment if you can win both pistols in a match. So they get the read that there's one on B long. They're going to have the intel that Charlotte is pushing this together as a unit. Charlotte's probably going to go for a delay here. They smoke this off. They're going to chuck through. They might go for the TP here. It looks like they're going to commit. They've played pretty deep into sight. This feels like this is the actual play, and it's going to be confirmed by the push into elbow. Not able to connect the shots here against this Reyna. Gets it in the end. It's going to be favoring Norrix, but as soon as I say that, Camerooni gets a nice pickup, and here comes the TP. 2 through. They have absolutely no read on this. Red Ninja still creating presence for Charlotte over on B site. So now Yep, and there's the confirmation. One is still playing over at B side. It's going to be a 2v2 situation here for Cameroon and Target. They do know one of them is going to be rotating through A, possibly playing Heaven here, although given that it's pistol round, I wouldn't bank on your shots through Heaven. One plays close range, is going to get picked up. They are going to be aware that Cameroon is here. That is a nice set of util from the deadlock, and that is going to be the second pistol going in favor of Norrix.
So, do we mix it up? Double down? Let's talk. Right there.
I gotta say, there are a lot of new skins in the game that I have not seen before that I am just baffled by. Do they have the same knife? Oh, they are buddies. They probably... Oh, they bought knives together. That's adorable. Anyway. So now Charlotte's going to be in that same situation we talked about with Norrix last half, where once Charlotte won the pistol, Norrix is going to buy up guns here. Charlotte's going to be the one at disadvantage. Your goal is to get guns out of the hands of Norrix, because you know you're buying next round. If you can take away some of their guns this round, they either have to buy or they have a huge disadvantage round 3 of this half. So very quiet, no util out, and now they're going to get the read that one's on site. A couple of pieces of util are going to come out here, but the push has not come through yet. As I say that now, the flood begins. Dr. Awesome Sauce in, gets a nice pickup on one. Going to upgrade to the Spectre. He's got 8 bolts here. He knows that the rain is playing there. He gets the nice one. Target's going to be anticipating from... Ooh, he has to go for the clearing of the util. That deadlock is a problem right now for Charlotte. His utility, we saw 2 different people go down in that round to that deadlock, trying to deny deadlock util. Because what it does, it stuns you up. It makes you slow moving. It makes it hard to aim. It just ruins your day, and it's working beautifully for them. That is single-handedly one of the biggest problems that Charlotte is facing. Now, Charlotte's in a situation where they have, this is their moment. They need to win this round right here to make sure that it doesn't get too scary. If they win this one, we're not scared at all. Charlotte statistically should win this one. They have the superior guns. They were able to pick up a couple off of Norrix to ensure that they would have a little less firepower coming into this. They do see the one holding from lamps, not able to get the connect. Might have gotten some body action there. Dr. Awesome Sauce with a nice pickup, and now the flood is going to come through. The Omen pushes through. Target with a quick read on that one. The body falls through the teleporter, so you're going to hear that come up. And one bullet is going to be looking out here. Does get picked up. Cameron with a nice read through lamps. That's going to be one from flank, so now you're going to see Target trying to watch this. Needs to slow this push down from the Reyna.
One enemy remaining.
They know where the Reyna's at. Might want to do a duo swing here, or just kind of wait for them to peek this through. You've got angles ready. You've got people who can look at this. One bullet is peeking for them, and they're just going to be able to pick up that nice swing. Like we said, Charlotte, good chance of winning that one. And Charlotte's able to retain multiple guns from that as well. Very crucial. Currently looking at Red Ninja competing with Jethro for that nice top spot. And if you look at this, it's pretty even across the board. There's almost the exact number of eliminations on both sides here when you combine them together. This is indeed indicative of a close match. Everybody has got pretty similar performances in terms of their top and their bottom of their team. The Rico's looking similar. Every round is going to be mattering in a game like this. So we're looking for that initiation from Mr. One Bullet. Flood out is going to come through. We see 2 holding this angle, but they do get stunned up. They're going to decide to go for the TP, and that's going to be Spike on the TP. There is a read from Jethro there. Gets 2 pickups. And now One Bullet is in a tough situation. Can't get out of it, and there are 2 holding B long. Nice read. Nice pickup. They heard the TP. They're still not out of the woods yet. They're at a disadvantage here. Guns are definitely in the favor of Norrix. Bodies are in the favor of Norrix. Possibility of a swing out from the Reyna. Isn't able to get the connection with the head there for Target. Ooh, and Duck and Red gets a wall bang on 2. That is going to be guns kept for Norrix.
Sorry. Ears still ringing.
Charlotte's going to have to buy for next. No, they're going to force this, it looks like, as much as they can. They're going to force it. Nope, they're thinking better of it. So, comms are coming through. They're going to buy for next instead. It looks like the call is going to be saving as much as you can. Kind of going through. You can see the mental process. They go from, we're going to force this to, we're going to half this to, we're going to full save. Which is fine. You have all that time before round, so it's probably as soon as I say something, they decide they're not a fan, and that's fine. I personally agree with the save here. I know that you can look at the option of buying this. Deadlock is putting their util here. Honestly, Charlotte could back off of this. They've got the Viper Wall in play, and that looks like that's going to be the call to back off this. You've got the Viper Wall. The TP is obviously going to give you a way that you have rotated out. But that wall gives you the option of you can always rotate back and use that wall. They have one on site here. They're going to get the nice trade from target. Plant's going to be coming down. We're going to be watching Camerooni here. He's going to be watching for the rotate through spawn. He's going to deny them this angle, so they have to be expecting somebody probably through elbow. I know the coach has asked that they play somebody post-game elbow, and right here is why. One bullet's not going to connect, but neither is the Omen. This is an awkward situation. It's just not going to come out, and while that's happening, the 1v1s are being won out on B main. Series of unfortunate events there. That's going to be 10 rounds up for Norrix. Charlotte will have money for this. It's definitely not out, but as it currently stands, the back and forth is going to have to end here. Charlotte needs to connect the play here. I almost would wonder if coach would call a timeout here at this point. He's not going to, it looks like, but this might be your moment. It's a full 5v5 buy. Ult's on the table for both teams. Ult's close by for the rest of Charlotte. This feels like this is the round. I'm going to go out on the limb and say whoever wins this round wins match 1.
Scout destroyed.
So you can see how far back they're playing, because I think they know this is a gosh darn important one. You cannot get caught out on this. Aggressive here from One Bullet. Gonna go for the knife on this. They are gonna know he's playing here. Thankfully not punished. Dr. Awesome Sauce is stuck on a judge. One Bullet here definitely stuck in a tight position. Oh, a nice play from Dr. Awesome Sauce up into this situation. A 5v4 now favoring Charlotte. Rest of the team is getting space here. Dr. Awesome Sauce with 2. We're going to stay on his POV here for a minute. Royce gets a nice pickup. We're back to Dr. Awesome Sauce. Upgrades his gun. He sees one coming through. A short. They know that 2 are playing from there. The last one is going to be in there, and you're going to watch him swing this because he is feeling a little confident. He's going to chuck that nade. Could be the read that 1 is playing heaven. Camerooni, anticipating this, is going to cut off that angle for him right away. 1v4 situation. Might be the save here from the Reyna. I wouldn't blame them if they did. This is a must-win round, and Charlotte put together what they needed to. The job is not done, though. Dr. Awesome Sauce gets a nice pickup. They save no guns. Now, job's not done. Charlotte still has to hold on to this. Vote is going to come through for the timeout. Charlotte knows that Norrix, they could do either a force buy here, or they could do a little bit of a little stinky buy in this situation. But Charlotte absolutely has the momentum here to pull a 9th round. Round 19 and round 20 are going to be the absolute pivotal moments now. Charlotte's first step was winning that one. If they didn't, if Norrix hit the 11 right there, I think I'd be sitting here saying, it's probably not going to be us. That was a needed win. That was not the only needed win for Charlotte. This next round is a need, but it's also a very likely in favor of Charlotte. The one that's going to be important is getting Charlotte to 10-10, because that's going to break the bank of Norrix. It's going to put us at a huge economy advantage and ult economy advantage. Charlotte needs to get to 10, and so coach is calling this. He's saying these next 2 rounds are everything. You get these next 2, you're walking away probably a 13-10, 13-11 situation. If you do not get both of these two, it's about probably a 35-65. If you get neither of these next two, it's about a 10-90 is the situation we're looking at. So, Charlotte is going to go for something that they've talked about as one of their key moves. Puts up the A wall. They start pre-firing it. They're anticipating the possibility. Pickups in hookah. Red Ninja's going to get the trade. Target wisely backs off this because he sees the deadlock ult. Or sorry, the deadlock wall, not the ult. Gonna block off backside of B. They know the one's playing on site. Camerooni is gonna get picked up, unfortunately. Reyna plays through but gets punished. 5 bullets for Mr. Red Ninja, and all 5 bullets are needed, but all 5 bullets work. It's now a 2v2 situation. The TP is gonna come through quickly. They know the 2 are playing B. Charlotte can run this down, plant the site. They've seen the 2. They are gonna make the call to plant for Heaven. Heaven and Shower are going to be where they likely play this from. They hear the steps coming through. Rockets come through. Rocket's going to connect. And now it's Target. He loses the 1v1, but Dr. Awesome Sauce connects. A must-win round. Charlotte clinches it. And they have enough money to make it work. That round prior here, the round 18, was so important. That's why we said it's an absolute must-win, because even though they only kept 1 gun, all 5 of Charlotte have guns, shield, utility, and when you look at that money, I said 1,600 is the magic number. Everybody's above that magic number. Charlotte now has a gun advantage.
See you on the other side.
We can see that the economy of Norrix, I'm smiling, they've been spending a little poorly recently. They're not going to be able to full buy this situation, and that means Charlotte has a good chance to make this a 10-10, and Coach is going to be excited and nervous right now. This round, every round, I keep saying it, every round is so important. This is a close game. They know one is playing teleporter here. Red Ninja is locked on this. He does not want to give up visual. Now, the only problem is this is dominating 2 players of Charlotte. 2 are having to watch this now because they know somebody's playing in it. So now we only have a 3-man. I think the call is going to be a delayed TP. My only worry is that I think that they're going to read this. Charlotte did not use a lot of util here. They were playing very quiet here in the mid-round. I hope they do not get punished. Looks like they're going to be able to get this down. There are 2 on site, but the Viper's Pit comes through. Nobody gets punished for this. Charlotte gets a nice pickup on Red Ninja. Nice pickup from Dr. Awesome Sauce as well. Gonna peek back out here, looking for the Heaven play.
1 enemy remaining.
That's a flawless round. Charlotte needed a flawless round. Money is in tatters for Norrix. They have to buy here. Charlotte, if they lose this one and it goes 10-11, Charlotte could buy the next 2 rounds guaranteed, which could push them up to a 12 situation. Norrix has to win this one with 3 bodies up. If Norrix does not win this one with 3 bodies up, like I said, 13-10 or 13-11 for Charlotte. This is now, we've managed to shift the momentum from must win for Charlotte to must win for Norrix. So momentum is in favor of Charlotte right now. And that's a great first pickup from Dr. Awesome Sauce. That's got to feel fantastic. Norrix now needs to complete this map, this round of this map, with only dropping 1 more body, but eliminating the entirety of Charlotte. That is a tall order. It's an order that every minute is feeling a little less possible. They know somebody's been playing a lot of middle side here, so they're going to commit some util here to deny it. They're going to play for elbow. He's going to think better of it because he gets scanned up. Now he's going to swing for it because he knows that Reyna's playing it. Damash is going to deny that angle from them for just a brief moment. 1 bullet in a fight for his life. Dr. Awesome Sauce and Red Ninja get a great pickup here. The last one's elbow, and there we go! Mr. 1 bullet. I think we can say this is looking more and more convincingly 13-10 situation, maybe a 13-11, but look at the economy of Charlotte. All 4 players next round are going to be sitting at 9,000. That is about 3-4 good rounds of purchase power here. And we only have, realistically, 3 rounds left. So Charlotte is guaranteed full guns, full utility every single round. Norrix cannot buy here. They can't buy. They have to play for next round. If they buy a single gun here, I think it's GG's 13-10. Norrix let go of a decent advantage if we're being really honest with ourselves. Decent advantage to let go of here. You can see how slow Charlotte wants to play this. They don't want to get too cocky or foolish here. This has been a hard fight against Norrix. All right, 3 go for the shot on that. That's going to give them intel that this is going to be an A push. So the danger is now on target. They know that this is an A push. And the worst part is bomb is committed through showers. A nice pickup for target. That's what we love to see. 2 for target right there. Come on. Plant's going to come through now. They're going to flood lamps. They're going to get the util out to determine no one else is playing the main of sight. And now they only have to worry about heaven and short. And they've got the angles to cover this too. They've got one on flank. This is going to get red up. And that's going to be the pickup for Red Ninja. Now they know the last one's on site. And they can flood this. They've got a heaven play. Charlotte needs to be a little careful here. They're starting to drop bodies in 1v1s. Isolated fights is not your friend. Deadlock ult's going to come out here. And that's going to be target connecting his shots there. Almost got a little whiff of scary. But again, we know that Charlotte has the money. This is going to be, I'm telling you, this is going to be a 13-10, 13-11. Go back, look at the VOD. He called it, folks. He called it. This is a 13-11. The only way it doesn't, Charlotte absolutely throws. They play goofy, they play foolish, thinking we're on match point, we're going to be ridiculous now, we're going to go for goofy plays. But this is a disciplined team. Coach would never allow something goofy like that to happen. So, Charlotte's going to play the game they know. We do get the Odin play here, but I will tell you right now, I've seen this team change my opinion on the Odin. Dog's going to come through, clearing hookah for Dr. Awesome Sauce. They can hear footsteps near. Thrash is going to come through here. There's no deadlock to deny this, so it's going to go straight for elbow, and it's going to pick up the Reyna. Dr. Awesome Sauce takes a lot of space on site. He's going to go low for it, but he has played his life well. They know they're playing elbow. They can flood this like crazy. One bullet's going to be able to swing this from behind. They know the deadlock comes through. This is going to be it. One bullet with a 4-piece, and the 13-10 is going to secure map 1. What a beautiful play. That momentum shift for Charlotte. That 7-10 situation, winning it to 8-10, and then connecting the 9 and 10 just finished it out. Charlotte is able to connect 6 rounds in a row there to pull this back and win. Look at that. 6 beautiful rounds. Gets a little hairy right here, but this was the one where we knew we had money. So at this point, it didn't matter anymore. It didn't matter. Charlotte had money for the rest of the game. And at that point, Norrix just... honestly, economy there for Norrix is the roughest thing. If you look at economy ratings here, Charlotte's lowest rating, given kills and deaths, that's going to be pretty standard. But even then, the next one, 4th on Charlotte, still had a better eco than second best playing for Norrix. And that's kind of the story of what happened on this map. And when you look at the kills and you look at the deaths, very evenly matched. It came down to Charlotte had more rounds where they were able to play full guns. Oh, they're checking coach chat to make sure that they're getting next round ready to go. Beautifully played game, though. Beautifully played game. So, eco, like we keep saying, it makes a huge difference. This game is more than just shooting up and throwing out abilities and hoping for the best. There is a science to this. And right now, the difference maker in that game, the winner of that game was the one who had the better eco, the better economy of their money. If you took both teams and every round everybody had money, I think it would have been even closer. It would have gone to overtime. Could have even come out Norrix. It's one of those, it's so close, you don't feel comfortable calling it in either direction. But money for Charlotte is what ends up making the difference. And so we take that. Every little part of game knowledge matters in this game. So now we're going to give you some cozy little vibes here with the music while we get ready for map 2. Now, the one thing for Charlotte here is since we do best of 2s here, job's definitely not finished. We've secured a map win, but 1310 is relatively close. If Norrix, some reason, devil's advocate, Norrix wins this next map 13-9, they are considered the winners of today's game. So Charlotte still has a job to do. They need to win this map. You don't want to take the alternative option, because the alternative option is you have to lose 13-11, and nobody wants that. That's one of the worst feelings, is losing 13-11. You were that close to overtime, that close to clutching it through. Charlotte needs a win on map 2. We don't walk away in a 1-1 with a tiebreaker. We 2-0. That's the kind of people we want to be. So it looks like the swap out's going to come for Camerooni over to Metropolis, another one of our freshmen. All three are fantastic students, fantastic athletes. They're really a great definition of the next generation of what this esports program is going to look like. Because right now, we're kind of in a weird spot of we've got a lot of old guard and we're getting an abundance of new guard as well. So seeing our new guard come through, I'm loving what we're seeing. We're looking to make a dynasty out of this program. So it looks like the map hovering is Lotus currently. Charlotte's definitely going to be hoping this goes Lotus. This is one of the maps that they've scrimmed a lot. They're pretty comfortable with. There's a lot of room to do some strange things on a 3-site map as well. Those are some of my favorite map sites personally, just because, again, it's so fluid, so unique for what the potential is. Which side do we want? Let's see what Charlotte is going to end up with. Norrix does get to pick which side they want to be. They're going to go defend. So we are going to move over to observers to let the teams move around. We're going to get into the coach's position here for the attacker's side in just a moment. We need Eagle Candy to make way for Tithenox, ya boy, the one. Also need Target and Dr. Awesome's house to move. I'm guessing talks are happening. There we go. We're going to clinch our nice little attacker side coach spot. Any seniors we have this year? On this current roster, our seniors, we actually are in a bit of a unique situation. We had seniors, not present. That was one of our our points of a little bit of confusion or a little bit of sorrow was seeing. We had some seniors lined up, didn't end up working out. Scheduling conflicts as you become a senior get pretty rough. It's hard making that transition out. So we don't have seniors in Valorant currently. We have a lot of juniors and a lot of freshmen and we see the same thing in Apex. We have a lot of juniors and a lot of freshmen. In Smash, we've got a lot of seniors and a junior and a freshman. So we're kind of all over the board. Not a ton of freshmen, or not a ton of seniors this year. I think we have two seniors for fall. I know that spring we're probably anticipating a couple more, but yeah, next year is going to be, oh my goodness, more than half of our program is graduating. So Holy moly, terrifying thoughts. But, again, as I said, seeing the freshman group coming up, we've got a middle school program going now that's feeding into the high school program beautifully. We're not going to be left high and dry in that situation. So it looks like it is going to be Lotus. Charlotte is going to be picking their agents here again. Should be probably seeing possible Cypher, Omen, probably a Sova, if I'm being honest. We'll probably see a Sova. Probably a Raze. And I can't think of what all I've named. Let's see what we've got. Okay, little different. I like the Fade, though. I love the Fade over the Sova. I am a big fan of that. Breach. I also like the Breach. So we do have the Omen, we do have the Cypher, we do have the Raze. The Fade is a good alternate for the Sova. Personally, I am, if I had to pick, it's Gecko or Fade as my favored. And then the Breach is a little bit of a curveball for me personally. But I also do not disagree. Breach is pretty awesome to watch. I'm an enjoyer.
There.
All right, so you know the deal. Pistol round kind of sets the tone of the first few rounds. You typically see a 2-1 advantage early on for the winner of the pistol round, and then it comes down to round 5 really sets the tone for what's going to end up happening. But we are going to get this music stopped because we are in game now. We need to hear. This is going to be a slow little dry push for Charlotte. Doesn't want to make noise. They do get the orb here. They're just going to back off. The Deadlock has no ability to push this. They know they're safe. They can just walk it back. Ult orbs are going to be a big factor when you're on attack side. You definitely want to be claiming as many of them as you can. And when you're on defense, you want to create a little pressure, make them second guess going for it. This is going to be a slow towards A. The potential is there for them to take this to B still. And they know the Omen's cut off. He's going to go for the TP. Not able to punish it, unfortunately. Dr. Awesome Sauce does get a read on it, and Target's going to finish it off. That's a nice pickup. You can see door is open on B, so the potential is there. Looks like it's going to be a B play. They're going to smoke off A. This is going to go through to B. They've confirmed nobody's playing short. Now all 5 of them can flood this. Probably send 1 or 2 Heaven. They know Deadlock's playing there. Red Ninja goes for it. Nicely done. Make sure nobody's playing through. Waterfall here. Dr. Awesome Sauce knows one's in here. Is not able to get the pickup, though. That's an unfortunate one, but I don't think they get the read on Red Ninja. They don't get the read on Red Ninja, and he gets a nice 2 with the right click, and here comes the pickup from behind for 1 bullet. Beautifully done. That is a standard play in the playbook of Charlotte for that hit. They pick up on C, so they get some rotates towards C. They pressure towards A, and then they play the delay into B. When you create presence like that all over the map, it's really hard for the defenders to know what's fake, what's real. They're hearing gunshots, they're seeing utility, they're feeling presence. You kind of flood their brain with too much information, and it starts to fall apart a bit. It's easy for me sitting here. I got nothing I need to control except looking at people's camera angles. So I get to see it from the third-person view. In-game, it's a whole nother ballgame. It's very hard to think about everything we're talking about and also play the game at a high level. It's very tough. This is one of the harder games to be good at. All right, 1 bullet gets a nice first pickup. Target's going to get a second on that. Dr. Awesome Sauce here kind of playing a passive role, so we're going to take a different angle here. We are going to go in onto site. 1 bullet, just going ballistic. That man is confident with his ghost, as he should be. He's got the aim. Him and Red Ninja and Target, always looking fresh with it. These are our people who have been playing for a while, though. These are our folks who, they know the drill. This is their home. This is where they feel best. In a lobby like this, common it up together, solving their problems, covering the different angles. It's like putting butter on toast for these kids.
Cover going out.
All right, so you can see the angle from Cypher. He's going to be looking for the rotates from A just a little bit here. He's going to let his trips do the work, though. You don't need to peek something if you've got a trip there. All right, so here comes Metropolis, going to be taking as much space as he can with Dr. Awesome Sauce. There's a lot of action here over in this corner, and you're going to see one bullet goes for a quick swing here. He seizes one. He's going to blind him up too, and here comes the fry out. Very beautifully done. Now they're just waiting for the last one. Dr. Awesome Sauce thinks he might have a read on it, and he does. Gets team flashed. He's going to be able to cover behind for this, though. The two of them can swing this together, and one's going to get the pickup. It's going to be Red Ninja. Good pressure.
Live another day.
We are doing very
So Charlotte actually defies some odds here because I'm looking at the money of Norrix, and what did we say last round? Norrix's eco is struggling a little bit compared to Charlotte. They did buy guns there. This is supposed to be the round that, or really last round was supposed to be the round that they had full weaponry. I don't think they did. If they did,
Them down.
they're definitely not going to this round. They probably did based on their money, what I'm looking at. But now Charlotte has an easy chance to 4-0 here. Norrix should take a timeout, although I'm noticing another thing. Last game, Norrix never took a timeout.
Reloading.
That's concerning, because after this round, Charlotte, I expect to win this. They're going to want a timeout. It's a great pickup. They get the read off the camera, too. Actually, I don't even know if they needed the camera there in that situation. I think they just read that. So they know the Dizzy's coming out from Waterfall. One's playing from there. They've got the smoke off from that angle. They're going to have to get somebody looking at this as they go through, and that's going to be Mr. One Bullet. He looks through, and he absolutely picks up his man.
Bomb buddy out.
Now they know roughly where they're going to have to come from. Bomb Buddy is going to give them the intel of the deadlock. Pick up. Nicely done from the Fade. Fade dies before her util is able to come through.
enemy remaining.
Deadlock dies. That's going to be Dr. Awesome Sauce to pick up the 5th there. A flawless round. I need to see Norrix pull a timeout here. It needs to happen.
I'll smash in the front door while you sneak in the back. That's a good plan.
Oh, God, their money. Their top frag is currently 0-4. They have 1 kill total on Charlotte. They have 1 kill on the entry fragger for Charlotte. His job is to die. Dr. Awesome Sauce is meant to take space, pick up a kill, die. He's the only death. This does not bode well for Norrix. They did not take the timeout. Their money is in shambles. I don't see this being nearly as close as the 13-10 on Bind. Clearly, Bind is more comfortable than Lotus is for Norrix.
Reloading.
And there's a lot of factors for what this could be. It could be your confidence is low. You can't afford that in Valorant. You got to reset. They know one's coming through from B. Single shot to take out the util there. Beautifully done. Now they're not going to be sure what Charlotte's doing. But Charlotte knows there's going to be one on the flank. They know this. They're going to have multiple people slowly peeking this, clearing out the angles. All right. They've established they backed off into B, so the call's going to be to go to C. They think that there's people in B. Ooh, a nice play from Slick Lightning. And that's going to be the intel. So now Charlotte has got to make a choice here, and I think they're going to back off this. They know. Norrix knows that this is going C. Nice shot. Holy. All right, a
30
2v3
seconds
situation. 30 seconds left. This is starting to get a little rough. Charlotte, they need to make a choice here. They got 20 seconds left now. They might not be able to get this onto a site in time. They might have to win this on elims or save some guns. But I don't think either of those is going to happen. We're at 15 seconds, and now they don't have time. They don't have the luxury of clearing angles, and that is the worst spot to have somebody playing from. Cage is triggered. I think they're just going to call the save here. They realize that they took too long. They need to save these guns, make sure they don't lose these. So that is going to be 1 on the board for Norrix. Pick up 3 kills. They know 2 are there. They're going to make it out with those guns. A little bit of a miscommunication from Charlotte there. I think they just took a little too long. They rotated one too many times there. It's just one of those situations where you kind of played too high-brained in that moment. Like, you're thinking, but you're overthinking a little bit. And that's fine. They have the rounds to spare. You don't want to spare too many, though. That's a round that we called a fluke. It's fine. Breaks the pressure. Nobody's perfect.
That goes there.
Don't make a habit of it, is kind of the message here. Don't make a habit. All right, so again, we're going to be looking down. Default of A here. You're going to see
Reloading.
Target is playing a very passive role for the flanker. You can see the way his trips are set up. He is anticipating the flank big time. Looks like they're going to do the same thing. The A into delayed B. You can see that smoke is playing from the same space, and Target gets the nice pickup, so they know that they're safe on the back end here. And now they know where the intel is going to come from. They have full space to plant this. They know exactly where to send bodies at.
Ready. Bam.
One bolt's going to get a nice pickup. They know another one's up on height. 2 HP for Dr. Awesome Sauce. He's going to go passive here, but Target's going to get the nice pickup for that. And now the last one should be coming through from A site. And there he is, sure enough. Pickup from Dr. Awesome Sauce. Hit the wrong button to see the POV. I apologize, you missed that. 3 people see where the last one is. That's a nice round.
Panic.
It's a nice round.
Trembling is bad for your aim.
I gotta say, yapping this much makes you hungry, so I'm really hoping Charlotte closes this out at 13-5 or better. Yapping is making me hungry, and I don't know if food's waiting for me at home. Wife has got karate for the kid today. Yes, I have the Karate Kid in my house. Yes, I am that famous.
Let's start this party.
Feels like a McDonald's type of night. You know what I mean? Maybe a Culver's. I've earned it. I've worked hard this week.
My ult is ready.
Satchel out.
Alright, so quick entry in from Awesome Sauce. He is going to get stuck here, but he's going to fire this over the top. Doesn't get a connect there, but the damage is done to Norrix. They are getting a ton of space on site here. A nice pickup for one bullet as well. They know where the Gecko's playing from. Plant's going to come down. Charlotte has planted for they still need to play sight is the only problem. And they know one's on the flank as well. Dr. Awesome Sauce doing some fantastic work today. They know one's coming from flank. Ripley is going to be the one to read this and pick this up. As soon as I leave Awesome Sauce's POV, he doesn't get it.
Enemy spotted. C.
One enemy remaining.
That's going to be the pickup for Red Ninja. Beautiful. That's a nice skin.
Fade spreads terror well.
That's a Counter-Strike skin. It's a case hardened.
Medicine.
Look at this. We're already at 6-1, and they got me talking about skins. I need Norrix to pick up map 2 here. Or not pick it up. I need to pick up their game, make this a little more competitive here, because I know they've got it in them. They made map 1 very competitive. I want to see map 2 competitive, because if you got me talking about skins, it means I'm going to think about being hungry, and I really want food. I also want to see Metropolis getting a little more involved here. He is playing an initiator, so he can be a little more active on the field. They see the deadlock ability here. They might just say, why play this? And that's exactly what's going to happen. You don't have to force push into that. You know that they're fortifying that side. Their Sentinel's playing there, and their Sentinel's kind of limited by where they can go. So now they just flood in. They easily anticipate the Omen there. I used to do that to them, and they quickly realized people do that. They know one's playing close here. One bullet. Stands in the ability there. Gets a little lost. Nice pickup from Metropolis. Gets his pickup on the board. Come on. We love to see it. He knows one's playing here. He shot out the ability. Didn't get the full on it. Target's going to win this. He wins these. He just plays time here. He needs to play time.
Face your fear!
They're going to go for deafening him as well. He knows this. Does not able to get the connect. That's a little unfortunate there, but he's going up against quite a bit there. It's close. I told Norrix to get another one on the board. They did it, but it cost them a lot. They'll have money. Well, they'll have some money. Yeah, not a lot of money. They could force buy this. That's a horrible feeling. You won a round and you can't afford to win the next one. That's what Eco does to you. That's a hollow victory for Norrix. Yes, it's 2 on the board,
get a
but
drop?
at what cost? Look at the current situation. 4 in a row for Charlotte, then another 2 after that. I see Charlotte getting another minimum 1 here. Could string it together into 2, and if they string it to 2, it's going to be 3. If they string it to 3, oh boy!
I dropped the spike.
You're looking at a rough half for Norrix at that point. There's a lot of room for Charlotte to work with, but just like we saw, Norrix had a lead going in. They lost that too. I don't think it's going to be the same for Charlotte, but never count it out. A nice play from Awesome Sauce. We love to catch that. He's going to get a pickup too. We're going to stay on his POV here. This one might go on a bit of a heater. Bit of a heater situation. Don't want to overheat though. One boat's going to be there to pick up for him. Is not able to get the connection. Awesome Sauce has got a situation.
One enemy remaining.
They know where last one is. He's playing Waterfall. He's going to come in for the 3-piece. That's exactly what he gets. We love to see that POV. Clip that. Get that in our Twitch. Get that on our YouTube.
Sort of funny thing.
Get this kid on TikTok. Start getting some likes. Dr. Awesome Sauce is going to be having quite a career in Valorant here with us at Charlotte. And I love that gun skin. Let's be so real. I love that gun skin.
I need to blow something up.
All right, this is going to be faking a bit of A. They're doing a lot of what they were doing before to make them think it might be A. Now, the difference is this smoke is predictable. They have been placing that smoke a little further up and to the right when they were going fake A. So they're going to think, what's the deal with this smoke? And so far, Charlotte's taking a lot of space. They have options of A and B. They could play A here. They could do the same smoke and play for a B. Nothing is set in stone yet. This is the smoke that they place when they're probably going to go for the B. But the fact that he goes in Nest is to clear it out, get some intel. They're going to make a choice here. No one's in Nest. It's party time. A 2-piece for Dr. Awesome Sauce. We're staying on his POV. Holy moly. Red Ninja gets a nice pickup up top. Gets traded out. But the damage is done. Charlotte is sitting good, but it's not over. He gets the nice pickup. Give him a 4. Give him a jump headshot. Just because you can. I want to see him do it. Just because he can. Let's see it. Matt's going to be baiting for this here a little bit. Awesome Sauce is committing his life to this. He knows he's in lower. Ooh, I don't think there'll be enough time here for the Gecko, but guns are going to start getting a little expensive here for Charlotte. They're going to make the call to back out of this. The Gecko commits it for reasons, but he's not going to be able to defuse. He does take another gun out, but he dies as a result, so it's not worth taking that gun out. Charlotte has money. You're not doing damage to them, but your team needs guns. Little misread. Holy guacamole. Dr. Awesome Sauce today. 16-4, Red Ninja 14-3. How about this, huh? We said last game, kills and deaths were pretty close. I don't know if you're a math major or not, but if you do the basic math here, it is not. I'm pretty sure Awesome Sauce has more on his own than combined on Norrix. I'm going to do quick math to confirm that. In fact, Red Ninja also by himself has more. These guys are going for it. They're doing the work. 2 people fire on that one. Gives a little bit of intel. They know one's playing behind box, though. Should be able to get them out here. Amazing they get out with their life. That is ludicrous. So Charlotte knows a lot are playing C. That's going to be the call to rotate off this. Problem is they didn't have a lot of utils set up. Or they did, but it was the Cypher. The Cypher went down here. So now that util is no longer useful. See the one on A long. If I was a betting man, this is going to go for a delayed B. They might not even get the chance. Jethro coming back to life here. They did end up deciding to push A, but I think that might have been a misread there. Everybody was anticipating it. They had 2 playing, or sorry, 3 playing between main on default and through hall there, or essentially window of A, to see it down A long. Stairs. I knew it was stairs, and I was like, why am I not saying stairs? It's stairs. That's fine, though. I know where I was talking about.
Cover going out.
So Metropolis is going to have the op here. Nice first pickup. Ooh, that is going to be the old picking up 1 bullet. They're able to get him out, but Jethro's able to pick this up. So Red Ninja is going to decide to think better of it. Ooh, Awesome Sauce tries to go for the aggression, but he is by himself on that aggression. Very deep in a situation where he's fighting 2 people. A little discombobulated here, possibly. Charlotte had a 5-4 lead. We do not want to see Norrix start stringing these together. Thankfully, it is last round of the half, so even if they do string it together, Charlotte could still win next pistol, and it's looking pretty rough and over at that point. So it's definitely still the work needs to be done for Charlotte.
Is ready.
30 seconds left.
Cover going out.
Oh yeah! Monster on the
So flooding out onto site here. Plan's probably going to come down. The Thrash is going to be able to get it just in time, though. Target is going to be affected by this. Metropolis has to hold this with the op, but he's blinded up. He is in a close range situation now. That op is not your friend in close range. And Norrix decides they are going to take the op now themselves. That Deadlock's been playing A. It doesn't matter. It was the half anyway. I said it was the half, and then I completely forgot. Whoopsie doodle. That's a dingus moment on Mr. Keith. I will be honest here, and I do apologize, but I am feeling a little low blood sugary. Have not had a ton to eat today. I am going to leave this stream watching the POV of, we're going to go Red Ninja here. I'm going to run quickly to my room and grab something just because if this is going to go a while, I really don't want to be in an awkward situation of feeling a bit rough. So, I'll be right back.
Here. Shadows traveling. Here. Shadows traveling.
One enemy remaining. Spike down, C.
Enemy spotted C. Spike spotted C.
Blasting!
Mark
Cover
1.
going out.
Here.
Reloading.
Spike here.
Careful there.
You can finally let go.
I can't see them yet, but I can feel them getting ready.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
Spike spot.
I'll make them remember. They're only human.
All right, we're back, and in more ways than one. They say you're not you when you're hungry, so I grabbed a Snickers. Looks like Charlotte picked up 2 rounds here. And judging from the fact that I didn't leave the POV of Red Ninja, I take it he lived a lot of that. Sitting on a 20 bomb currently, beautiful. So now Charlotte on defense. Sitting in. Good eco. Again. Oh, Norrix. Loses 2 rounds in a row. So they should have money this 3rd round. They're broke. They got no money. They can't buy. And Charlotte, they can be a little like this. They can be a little aggressive. You know why? They do have money. Oh, goodness. This is a bloodbath.
Spike down. C.
I get the feeling we're going to see... Possible. No, they're going to decide not to rotate it. They're committing this. So now we're in a rough situation where... Well, Royce was missing his shots, but he connects now. Thank goodness. He needed it. And he gets the connection on the Vandal with his classic. Oh, no. And again. Oh, my goodness. Again. No money for Norrix. I think this is done. I think game 1 sealed it. The mental and the eco are the biggest things that are affecting right now for Norrix. If I were their coach, that's what I'd be looking at.
Where are they?
Eco is huge in this game. They have good players on this team. They have good comps.
We'll catch them.
They have good 1v1s.
Grenade!
You gotta have good guns to make it happen. You just gotta. I mean, Charlotte is still bonusing one of these bulldogs.
Bomb buddy out.
Oh no, that one they had to buy, actually. I correct that. I apologize.
Enemies there.
Good pickup from Awesome Sauce there. Red Ninja also gets one here on the C site. I think he hears some more action going on. Nice read! And he's got the spike now.
Down. C.
A little bit of an overpeak there. I would have waited for your team, personally. You had info. You had bomb. Now you don't have info or bomb. A little bit of an overheat for Ripley.
30 seconds left.
I'd be
Spike
feeling good,
planted.
too, after those Bulldog hits. Holy.
I'll find you.
So they're going to be aware both are playing from Waterfall here.
Reloading.
This might be a Norrix round.
Bring them down.
One
Yeah, they're
enemy
playing for
remaining.
Mound as well. But now it's down to 1. Mound suddenly can be pressured here.
Last player standing.
That's going to be a Norrix round.
Clutch.
Yep.
Come on! Get me in the line of fire.
Holy moly, I feel better. Haven't had that kind of thing happen in ages. But we're fine. We're here. Appreciate you all letting me take a quick break to rejuice, as we say. Nice seasonade combo, as usual.
Enemy A. Where are you?
This peak is not going well for Charlotte right now. Taking a lot of damage early. This is going to be a pickup, too. The peak onto Mound does not work out. Oh, look how hit up Charlotte is on this one. This is probably going to be a second conversion for Norrix unless Charlotte can do something a little funky.
Cover going out.
They opened the door, and Charlotte played to that. They faked them. They went C. And the remaining players of Charlotte, 2 of them are 15 HP. It's a nice pickup. It's good. Well, damage could already be done. That one feels like it kind of seals it.
Bring them down.
One enemy remaining.
But can't forget Royce Mitchell.
Take them.
Mark one. Last player standing.
Half it. Oh, that was a good peek from Royce. He did the right things there. Royce Mitchell, I'm proud of you.
Hesitation is for amateurs. Let's go.
All right, so now Charlotte has good news and bad news. The good news is they've hit 11 rounds. So even if Norrix won this, Charlotte wins today. That's not good enough.
There.
Charlotte needs to win this. The bad news is, if Norrix wins this, which, good lord, their money. Although Charlotte has worse money, so it's possible. If they win this round, kind of looking at a similar thing from last game where the momentum is a little bit shifting. That's only if they win this one. And even then, I need to see them do it decently before I would be willing to say something like that. If it was a close one and they barely clutched out on Norrix, this still feels pretty Charlotte favored. A little less than earlier. We definitely were feeling good when we were sitting at 8-2. Probably not as good now. So you can see the tempo has shifted. Norrix playing slower. They get the C's and they know one's there. There's no follow-up, though. There's the follow-up. Can't sit on this, buddy. Yeah, can't sit on that. Unfortunate. Not a lot he could do there. Now the flood's going to come through. The Odin comes out. Duck and Red doing some work here. And there's a TP out from the Omen. Gets a pickup. They know the target's here in Waterfall, and they know the last two are here. 15 seconds left. Plant's going to come down. Charlotte can't really save here because there's not anything to save, so they need to get out there, and they need to take some bodies out. But it's just going to kind of be a little bit of a rude situation, bullying. And there's the flawless 4. I did say I need to see them do it convincingly, and they've done that. So Charlotte might be a team that's a little more favored on attack because,
Oh, wait.
and there's going to be the timeout
It's fine.
kind of anticipated. Because like I said, that one, you start to not feel as bad for Norrix today. They're starting to, making it a little nervous for Charlotte. They're getting a little too close for comfort. And I think Coach feels that as well. And so the timeout's going to come out. Thankfully, they haven't had to use one until now. So Charlotte has a lot of room to work with. They have, 6 rounds, 7 rounds realistically, for it to either go to OT or a loss. There's going to be a lot of rounds of guns. And again, I am just kicking myself here watching. I wish Norrix had a better eco here. That'd be the first thing I'd be telling their coaches. Man, you fix your eco, you're going to be a threat. You're definitely going to be a threat to a lot of teams. All right, so coming back here into round 19. The money situation, because we know we love talking about the money. Charlotte has it. Norrix. Hitting my desk right now. Where is that money? This is like embezzlement. Like somebody's just taking your money and you don't, like, where is it going? Get somebody on fraud and be like, no, you don't spend my money like that. But still, here's the other side of the problem. I've been saying this, and yet they've still been putting together rounds. They don't have money, and they're still putting together rounds. And that's the part that I'm saying is scary and makes them a threat. You're putting together rounds with no money. Imagine if you had many money.
Spike down B.
Someone is B.
Well, that's a good util zoning Charlotte here. That's going to give him away here.
Spike
Going to go for the
planted.
flash out. He's ready.
Last player standing.
Don't give him the ace. They have a camera on him. They know he's there. Don't give him the ace. Don't give him the ace. Good job, target. I don't know why I said they had a camera. They don't even have a cipher. I'm wild. That Snickers is still kicking in, I think. But they do have info
Okay, I
of
only
his
have, like,
presence. So
7
he wisely backs away,
minutes
does not give them the ace. Because the last thing you want is they're making a definite swing back. And they're calling a timeout too. So this is... Again, I almost dislike that we're only on the BO2. BO3 is too long. I'd be here till 7 p.m. casting at least. I ain't about that life. I got a kid. But every round I've been saying, man, Norrix is money. They won that round with not good money. They've won 3 of these 4 rounds with not so good money. Norrix has good money right now. This is just like what happened on Bind. Again, we're sitting here, we're just playing the fun of the game. Charlotte, if they lose 11-13, they technically win by 1 in the overall, which means they're the winner of the day. But nobody is thinking that right now. Nobody is sitting here going, oh, that'd be great, we're still the winner of the day. Like, no, you are here to win maps, because when you get to further in the season, there is no, oh, that's tiebreaker. You either win a map or you lose it. Charlotte's now the one who's in a little awkward situation. Yes, they're on 11. They have a cushion.
This goes here.
That cushion is getting very uncomfortable now.
Oh, this is a nice spot. Yes.
So you can see their setup looking a little different here. Charlotte has rough money here. Statistically, Norrix takes this round. Puts us at a 11-9. That is a rough one for Matt. This is it's feeling a little fall aparty in this round. It's not a good feeling. You're coming fresh off a timeout, and you drop 2 immediately. It's a bad look. It's a fake again. Nope, they do commit through. Might have only been the 1, though.
Catch them.
No, that's 2 if target's picking them up. Wow.
Give me a corpse.
They really should have just opened that door again and did what they did last time. Do that, fake into C. Like, that worked really well for them last time. Can't let target go on heaters like that. Target may be helping to turn this round around for Charlotte. Charlotte had bad money. A little scary of a
30
situation.
seconds left.
Royce Mitchell feels like this might be a long A play. He has to take the risk and read this. The risk has paid off. He's giving himself away too.
Find you.
Spike planted.
Mark 1.
1 enemy remaining.
But Dr. Awesome Sauce able to follow that up. Royce Mitchell. Clutch King of New York City. Or of Charlotte, Michigan, rather. Big Samuel Quest. He does. Oh, it's rough. It's a rough one. Charlotte's going to have bad money here. Charlotte put money into that one. Norrix probably goes up to 10-11 and is sitting on even better money. Charlotte's forcing. They're looking at forcing it. Yeah, they're not buying for next. No, wait. If Red Ninja switches this, they're buying for next. Everybody has enough money for next round except Red Ninja. He might just do 2 half plays, and the rest of them are going to fold next round is most likely the situation at hand.
Grenade!
And just like we saw that momentum play in the favor of Charlotte, game 1. Game 2, we're seeing the opposite. Even here, though, you look at Charlotte. This is probably going to be a 10th round for Norrix. Not a good feeling. Utter silence on the map. That was dangerous.
Shadows traveling.
Probably going to be a B hit here. If they're committing this. I don't think they are, though. They chucked a little util and they kind of stopped. They've not committed a site yet at all. Almost got the rotate out of Charlotte on A site. Almost. They still definitely like the idea of B. Based on how they're playing it, they like the idea. Target playing it safe here. We'll see if he can pick one up if they actually are committing it. But it looks like in the end it's going to be multiple fakes into B. Nice one bullet with the pickup.
30 seconds left.
Nice Dr. Awesome Sauce with the pickup. Nice one bullet. This is a needed one. Charlotte with the worst money here. Charlotte with terrible money here. Are going to bring it back and keep 3 up. They can get guns here. Let's see it. Metropolis, you don't want to end with that. Ares.
One last fight, everyone.
Charlotte needed that one. If Charlotte lost that, I don't know what we'd be looking at here. There is still hope. Yup. This is why there's a timeout. There's still hope for Norrix. Norrix wins this one. Charlotte has bad enough money for most to buy the next round. Charlotte win this one. Obviously, it's over because it's 13. But you can't count them out right now. Norrix has money for full guns. They've been winning. Of these 5 most recent rounds, 3 were with bad money. And they lost a round with good money. I mean, it's just one of those. This is a team that does really well with very poor resources, it seems. What are they saying? Don't mind him. Sorry. Yeah, not sure I agree with Wolves gaming here. He's had a couple little questionable chat logs. Thankfully, Charlotte is. We're gonna brush it off. It is what it is, but. You want to be careful with that. People take something the wrong way or feel like you're being rude. That can come back to bite you. There's a league for students to compete competitively, but scholastically as well. And trash talk's not really something that is seen favorably in a high school scene. Even the pro scene of Valorant, they don't like trash talk. They fine people for it. Counter-Strike, they laugh if you do it. They're like, ha, that's a funny guy. All right, a nice first couple pickups here. Rocket's going to come out. Oh, it's going to pick up 2 beautifully. That's the game. Dr. Awesome Sauce makes it happen. Absolutely makes it happen. Dr. Awesome Sauce, what a game for him. Freshman player, 28 and 14. 4-piece to finish it out.
This is the way of things.
That was needed. And that was a great way to watch Charlotte not sit by and take the technical win. They take the 2-0 win. And again, you see the difference of the economy. This number right here, econ rating. The numbers speak the story. Charlotte's got a little low number here, but on average, pretty decent. Below 50 for almost all of Norrix. The money made the difference here. I really think it did. But that matters. You can't write off a win by saying, oh, well, you only won because you had better eco. Yeah, that's a part of the game. That's like in Apex if you say, well, you won because you rotated zone better. Yes, that is a huge factor of the game. It's why we teach these kids this stuff so much. You have to keep your mind on that at all times. These guys were on it. Their money, there was one round where I thought it looked semi-questionable, and they turned it around that round. They made it happen. Other than that, between 2 games, over 20 rounds each, almost 50 rounds played. And only one I looked at Charlotte's eco and thought, I don't know how I feel. So, it makes a difference, and that's the difference for Charlotte. 13-9 win, 13-10 win. But, to Norrix, a GG's well played, truly. You work on that eco, you're going to be a scary team. Charlotte's looking to be scary, and if you pushed us to this point, that means you've got that as well. So, glad to see Norrix in our division. I do believe we do see them again, possibly. We'll definitely see them in playoffs. We don't know what the other competition looks like yet, but I would go on a limb and say they're going to be one of the ones that makes the playoffs for state championship. They'll be there somewhere. But aside from that, that is going to do it for us here. Hope that you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. Hope you had a good time watching some really great gameplay. Getting to see our students really come through and show us what they're made of. So from all of us here at Charlotte, I want to say thank you. As always, it's a great day to be an Oriole, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.